So this is the Google Doc, that like one that you will make. In this case, there were 4 of us that worked on it. And we could work on it separately, or we could be in that doc at the same time. You'll notice it says one other viewer. That's because that computer is open in the same doc. Okay, so somebody else is also in the site. I did that not on purpose, but since it showed up, that's good to show you. So you'll know if Tyler goes in and he's typing on this document and he makes a review or he saves something on it, then I think you will also get an email immediately that says, hey, Tyler just made a revision. So you know he's there. But in this case, we each had a different color to our for what we inserted, and we actually went out and did research and we read papers. And I was going to try to scroll down, and I actually am going to do that. Okay. And so we pasted information that we found, including messages, in our color, so that we would know who's doing what, and we accumulated information this way. Also, we accumulated the references, and one mistake we may have made that could have made it easier for us was that a lot of times we just threw in the URL for our reference. We should have put in the APA citation, because that way we would have had that done, and when we did our list of references, we could have just pasted those in. So yeah, so there's one citation I put in, and you know, each person did it a little differently, but as we accumulated this information, it gets added to the top. So the oldest information is at the bottom, the newest is at the top. And after we went through this for several days, we decided we're done. You know, that's enough. We know where we're going now. We know what we found out, roughly. So then we organized the information and made assignments. You can go back up to the top and click on that. And we made our report using a Google site. And this is the way the report turned out. And if he scrolls down a little bit, you'll see that we maintained the identity of each contributor. One reason for doing that was so that our teacher could see who did what and how much, because he had to grade us, right? So what we decided to do, which I think was pretty smart, by accident really, was we decided to write a paper on how do you use Google Docs in teaching and in classes. Exactly what we're going to do. And so since we were using this to do our report, we figured we might as well learn how to really use it to make our report, okay? So when we made this website using the Google Sites template, we maintained the identities, and then the navigation bar is where you add pages. So this is the way we organized. We took responsibilities and set those up so that each person knew that they were responsible for an individual page or parts of pages or whatever. In this case, it was individual pages. So Kayla did what's a Google Doc, and I did this one down here, and Kayla did another one. Go ahead and click on that Google Doc. So this was like the introduction. She did that. She inserted that emblem, and then we go down. She inserted this. I want to play this for you because this is a short Google YouTube that explains the advantages of doing this. And you will learn how to embed these.
Whether it's a lawnmower or a coffee pot, it has a home in our lives.
Which minimizes the amount of text and maximizes the amount of information. So, and the reason it minimizes text is when you write some information about something you've researched, you can enhance that with a video, with a screencast, with a podcast, or some other media that you can attach, like graphics, photographs, and so forth, so that you don't have to describe it all sentence after sentence after sentence. It's easier to read, it's more fun to read, and it's more fun to write. It's a little bit different than a screencast. It's an audio file only. They're not hard to make. There's different ways you can do it. But this one's going to have to load. There it goes. If I could just play that, because I think it's 2 minutes long.
This is Stroke Johnson.
One of my assignments that we had to do. Yeah?
Some teachers think that the new technology of the internet is the greatest thing since sliced cheese. According to a federal government study, when technology dominates in the classroom, students are transformed. They become the teachers, and they increase their use of outside resources to find information, collaborate with peers around the globe, and design reports. Their motivations and pride expand exponentially.
So you can enhance with podcasts or with audio files, and there's a couple of different ways to do that. But you can insert those, you can get those from somebody else, or you can make those yourself so that there's less writing involved. And we'll scroll down to one other. This is another thing I like to do, and I've lost my avatars, but you can make a screencast. A screencast is basically a movie of your computer screen. In this case, instead of looking at me with my webcam, I inserted an avatar. But this was just an example, and it's a short one, of another thing you can do.
We are expecting great weather at the bus stop tomorrow. Coats and mittens, otherwise dry and sunny. High temperature, 29. The low is going to be in the teens. Please remember to buy Soylent Green crackers, fundraisers for the student who died recently. The crackers are donated by Piha Funeral Home. Remember, homework is due Monday morning, and by December 15th, all of your electronic portfolios should be done. Or else!
Okay, so you can ham it up a little bit too, right? So you can have fun with it. But this is a YouTube, but the YouTube was made, is really a screencast. And with Google, that's the best way to do it. And so, anyway, so that's basically what you'll end up doing. The difference will be that your navigation bar will probably say something like, there'll be a link to a page. You'll make a page for ribosome, and another page for Golgi body, another page for nucleus, and so forth for the organelles. That's the way I would anticipate. Now, you may come up with a better way to do that. You don't have to do it that way. So you can use some of your own artistic ability to design it. But I would expect that you would have different responsibilities, and you would have those organelles listed on the navigation bar. And so you'll have an introduction page, but you'll actually add pages that people will be responsible for, and we'll monitor that and try to help you. As extra credit, if you want to present your web page report at the end, we can teach you how to do that in a video or in a screencast with some other presentation media, so that basically you could walk up here and click the computer and it'll play you. So you have this document. I had to put a link because I wasn't able to share that with you and put it in your folder, but you have that document in your advanced biology folder, and I'll go back in there and I'll paste this YouTube so that if you have any questions, you can view this little mini lecture today also, or the folks that were missing today can get to it and look at it. So basically what we're going to do is go to the lab, establish your teams and your page, and share your page with the members of your team and with us. And then you can get on the page and just type some stuff. Just practice using the chat room and navigating on the page so that you see how it works.